Hello dear students, how are you all? I think everyone are fine there. So student, today we are going to begin with the part 2 of the lesson, the Elixir of Life. The lesson is the Elixir of Life. It is a lesson number 2 or Prose 2, which is written by C.V. Raman, a great scientist, a great physicist, who did an extraordinary work in his field and have received the Bharat Ratna, a highest civilian award, a highest civilian honor in our India. So he is one of the great scientists who have written this extract, the Elixir of Life. So student, here we are going to fill up the glossary portion, whatever coming here in this lesson. So before beginning this lesson, I would like to divert your mind towards the previous class. What we have read there? Yes, we have completed first 6 paragraphs of this lesson and we got knew what this whole lesson is all about. This lesson is about an water. Yes, the lesson speaks about the divine Amrit. It speaks about the divine Amrit. Okay, it means water. Okay, what it means? It means water. Okay, this divine Amrit is a very precious one because it helps us to, yes, it helps us to survive in many sense. You can say it help us to survive for many and many days. Understood? Just wait for a second. A wind is blowing very heavy. Just I want to close that window. Fine. Yes, where were we? We were there and the water, and it is a very important part of our life because it is a sense of survival of human beings. So student, this is all about the elixir of life, the divine Amrita, which is water. If water is there, we can able to reside in this universe peacefully and we can enjoy our life in such a better manner. For that, we have to save the water till eternity, till last. Then only this water is going to remain and going to get a tag which is called immortal. Okay, which is called immortal or immortality. Immortality means the thing which remains till last or till eternity, till last. Okay, fine. So this is what we have discussed about the introduction part of the elixir of life in the previous video. So student, let's begin with the remaining portion of this lesson. Okay, the elixir of life. Here we are going to read. So everyone come back to page number 18 and the paragraph is 6. All right. Yes. I am reading here on the paragraph number 6. I would like to put your fingertip of your index finger just below to that sentence. One of the most remarkable facts about water is its power to carry silt or finely divided soil in suspension. So the water used to carry the silt or finely filtered soil, okay, with it will carry silt. Silt means a soil carried by water, a soil carried by water, okay, and it will store it beside, and it will store it beside two banks of the river. Do you know banks of the river? The area which is just beside to the river is called banks, or these area is called suspension. Okay, it is called suspension. Understood? Fine. Full stop. Then full stop. This is the origin of the characteristics color of the water in red fed tanks. So we can get the characteristics of the water. The water's color changes when the sunlight falls over it. It will turn into dark black, dark greenish, and dark yellow and orange. This color varies with the nature of the earth in the catchment area and is most vivid immediately after fresh inflow following rain. Then the rain takes place on the rain-fed tanks, which is meant for the irrigation purpose for agriculture. So the sunlight is falling over the rain-fed tanks, the color of the water changes and it looks so beautiful to our eyes. Okay, swiftly flowing water can carry fairly large and heavy particles. So what happens? The water which flows from one place to another, it flows very fastly and it will carry a very important minerals along with it. The finest particles, however, remain floating within the liquid in spite of their greater density and are of course extremely small, but their number is also great. So this water carry the finest particle. It will carry the finest particle. It will carry the finest particle. Okay, and this finest particle is very vivid. What do you mean by the word vivid? It means very important. Okay, it is very important in many sense for construction of the home. Do you know the sand from where it will comes? It will flow with the water and it will get suspended beside to the banks and it is taken out for the construction of the home and the house. Understood? Okay, so this is all about here in the paragraph number 6. So which paragraph it is? It is paragraph number 6. Now comes to paragraph number 7. Here you will learn about that water carry the finest particles with its flow and it will suspend it beside to the banks of the river and it is very useful. It is very important or a vivid. Understood? Okay. Now comes to the paragraph number 7. The flow of water has undoubtedly played a great part and a beneficent one in the geological process by which the soil on the earth's surface has been formed from the rocks of its crust. So the water which flows from the hills, from the plateaus and from the mountains, even from the Himalayas, it will turns the big stones of the hills and the Himalayas into the soil, and that soil is very important for the construction of the building, for the construction of many good things which is coincidentally helpful for the peoples. So this is what the work of the water. Here in the paragraph number 7 you will learn that the soil is converted into small particles and can be called here minerals, because the big mountains, big stone which were there, they were crushed into small pieces and can be converted into sand. You can write it down. Okay, then the same agency, however, under appropriate conditions can also play a destructive part and wash away the soil, which is the foundation of all agriculture, and if allowed to proceed unchecked can have the most disastrous effects on the life of the country. So here the writer is writing, C.V. Raman is writing that though water is very useful for us because it brings out the finest particle, and these finest particles are very important for the settlement of the human being. If this water, which one? This Amrit or water becomes so dangerous, it can take away the important soil where the farmer is doing an agriculture, and that agricultural land can be converted into destructive land. It couldn't be used for the agriculture. Then what happens then? Then the whole good fertile soil can be taken away by the water, and that soil couldn't be used for the purpose of irrigation. So the water is good also, side by side it is too dangerous also for we human beings. but we should take care about the water, we shouldn't pollute it. This is what it says that. The problem of soil erosion is one of serious import in various countries and especially in many parts of India. The condition under which it occurs and the measures by which it can be checked deserve the closest study. So what you will get here? Yes, in the paragraph 7, you will learn about soil erosion. You will learn about soil erosion. This soil erosion take place here in the paragraph number 7. Then what happens? The irrigation land, okay, the irrigation land, which is meant for agriculture, which is meant for agriculture, can be destroyed or can be destructed by this soil erosion when the water flows very fastly due to the occurrence of the flood. How the flood comes? If the people start cutting the trees, and it will lose its strength to hold the soil which is there under earth, and the soil will just deplete in the flow of the water, and the part of the irrigation land will decrease. So that's why a human being shouldn't spoil the nature, they shouldn't disturb the nature, otherwise nature will disturb them. So this is what we have to take care. So the paragraph number 7 speaks here about the soil erosion. Okay, understood? Now let's begin with another paragraph, which is 8th. Soil erosion occurs in successive steps, the earliest of which may easily pass unnoticed. In the later stages, the cutting up and washing away of the earth is only too painful, apparent in the formation of deep gullies and ravines which make all agriculture impossible. So here what you are going to learn. See, in the paragraph number 8, it is speaking about the soil erosion. In the paragraph number 7, we learned what is a soil erosion and what happens when the soil erosion occurs. But in the paragraph number 8, you will learn about, yes, you will learn about if the soil erosion occurs, then what happens? The agricultural land would be turned into gullies and vines. Okay, the paragraph number 8 states that what happens? It says that what happens when soil erosion occurs. What happens when soil erosion occurs? So this question is well answered in this paragraph. When the soil erosion occurs, then what happens? Gullies and, yes, here you can read gullies and ravines which make all agriculture impossible. Gullies and ravines which make agriculture impossible. Okay, impossible means that agriculture can't be practiced if soil erosion take place. So these gullies and ravines make this agriculture impossible. If it makes this agriculture impossible, then what happens? The big gullies and the ravines were there. Okay, the water will flow very fastly in between the ravines and the gullies. Then what happens? The agriculture will become an impossible thing. Farmer can't grow a crop because of this soil erosion. Okay, sudden burst of excessively heavy rain resulting in a large runoff of surplus water and are the principal factors in causing soil erosion. So then what happens? Sudden burst of a heavy rain will take place suddenly. Then what happens? Okay, the soil erosion take place in such a big manner. The whole good fertile soil can be flowed in the water and it will go as it is. Okay, now comes to another page. Contributory causes are the slope of the land, removal of the natural protective coat of vegetation, the existence of the ruts along with the water can flow with rapidly gathering momentum, and the absence of any checks to such flow. Incredibly, large quantities of precious soils can be washed away if such condition exists, as is unhappily too often the case. So here what he is telling in the paragraph 8, you will learn about, yes, you will learn about, yes, you will learn about causes, yes, causes of soil erosion. You will learn about the causes of soil erosion. When the soil erosion occurs, then what happens? The whole natural vegetation will be destroyed and it is disturbed. Okay, then because of the deforestation, the natural vegetation could be destroyed very heavily, and the peoples are the only one responsible for this structure. Here the each and everything environment, okay, can be lose its good fertile, can be lose its first part of the land's soil easily when the soil erosion take place due to heavy rain, due to flow of the water, okay, through the way where it is flowing from the Himalayas and from the mountains. So student, we should take care about the soil erosion. It shouldn't happen anywhere because it will take the very good fertile soil with it, even the good environment or even the good nature, and it will spoil our mother earth. How it will spoil our mother earth? If we people start cutting the trees, we are not bothering about the afforestation, then these kind of things might be happen. So these all things are well explained through the help of this extract by our physicist and a scientist C.V. Raman, or he is a writer for this extract. Okay, now comes to the 9th paragraph of this lesson. What it says, see, the menace which soil erosion presents to the continuance of successful agriculture is an alarming one in many parts of India, calling urgently for attention and preventive action. So what has happening? The menace is taking place among the mind of the farmers. They were doing the agriculture activity continuously. They were not giving the rest to the land. They were turning the uncultivable land into the cultivable land by cutting out the trees and using it for the agriculture and economical activity. Then what happens when the rain takes place? The soil which was there in the mountains, it will lose its strength, it will lose its power, and it will flow with the water in the streams, okay, through the rivers. Okay, the terracing of the land, the construction of bunds to check the flow of water, the practice of contour cultivation and the planting of appropriate types of vegetation are amongst the measures that have been suggested. So here in the paragraph number 9, you will get the solution for the paragraph number 8, because in the paragraph number 9 you have given some solution. If the farmer will cultivate its land according to the pre-planned manner, if he grow that vegetation which have a good strength to hold the soil which is under there, or he will just plant the more and more trees, okay, throughout the boundaries of his land, then what happens? The soil which will not go anywhere, it will stay as it is. So his agricultural land can be well maintained properly without any disturbance. And even the government schemes, okay, the government fund should be spended, okay, for a construction of small dams, for the construction of bunds where the water can be stopped by this dam and it can be preserved for the future purpose, for the cultivation of the crop in summer days or in hot sunny days. Understood? So this is what here you will get the solution for it. Then it is obvious that the aim should be to check the flow of water at the earliest possible stage before it has acquired any appreciable momentum and correspondingly large destructive power. Even with the help of the big dams and the bunds, the flow of the water should be checked. if the water is flowing very fastly, then they should take up the activity of agriculture, they should take up the activity of plantation, they should take up the activity of growing more and more trees in the form of afforestation. So they should do this rather than neglecting the flow of the water, rather than neglecting soil erosion. Otherwise our Mother Earth will destroy its face, it will destroy its presentation. Then what happens? The agriculture wouldn't be practiced easily, it will need more and more amount, then the shortage of a scarcity of food and the grains will occur. So it shouldn't happen in this manner. So in the paragraph number 9, in paragraph number 9, you will learn here solutions are given. Here solutions and steps are given, and steps are given for preservation of soil, for preservation of soil. So you are going to learn about here in the paragraph number 9. So student, mark it down. The paragraph number 9 is a very important part of this lesson, because here you will find the important steps which should be followed for the preserving the land, for preserving the soil, which shouldn't be destroyed by the soil erosion and by the flowing of water. So student, here in this video at all, what we have learned about the soil erosion, how it occurs and where it will take place, what are the causes it will lead to the human being's life, and what are the impacts of the soil erosion, even how the soil erosion occurs. The soil erosion occurs by deforestation. In the mountains and on the plateaus, the trees were cutted, okay, for the purpose of economic activity. If the trees were cutted down, then it will lose its strength to hold the soil under the root. Then the soil which is there inside the root, it will flow away with the water, and it will flow and it will just take out, and it will cut the agricultural land also, and the whole land will become so destructive and it wouldn't be used for the agriculture purpose. So student, here we have learned about the soil erosion, it occurs, and what solution we should take to reduce this soil erosion, fine. And this is all about here in the today's video. So student, in the another video we will going to complete the whole lesson, and watch this video thoroughly, understand it, mark the main difficult words, okay, and find its exact meaning. So student, here all about this video. For the time being, watch this video once, twice and thrice, understand it, make proper notes. And here one homework I want to give you, just see the paragraph number 8 and 9th, make one question on the paragraph number 8, what are the causes of the soil erosion and what are the results of the soil erosion and what steps should be taken. Here you will get in the paragraph number 9. As I told you, the paragraph number 9 is very important, mark it down with 5 stars, understood? This is all about here in this today video. For the time being, take care and have a nice day.